He's America in the South. And Stevie had a review, and so I was curious because a lot of people had a negative impression of him. And it kind of plays into the image I have of Stevie.
I didn't know how woke the shit was until after I read about all the double meanings and shit, dog. But once I realized what the fuck the movie was about, it's just like a woke propaganda piece. Because it's
what was woke about it?
Because the meaning behind the movie is the vampires are irrelevant. The vampire is the metaphor for white people appropriating black culture. The black people are in the juke joint having a black time. It's black owned. We having a good time. This is our shit. And then they playing the music, which attracts the vampires, which is also the white people. And they want to get in and get down with the black folks, but the black folks don't let them. So then the vampire.
Now I'm gonna tell y'all something. I never watched the movie until I saw this review, and then I played the first 2 minutes, and then I'm like, all right, I'm just going to watch the movie, so I know what's this about. I watched it, and I was super confused by this review by Stevie. To categorize this movie as woke, as like white people trying to appropriate black spaces, it was so fucking stupid because it has nothing to do with that. They made the vampire, who's the antagonist, Irish. And I think that flew over a lot of people's head because maybe some people don't know Irish history. But it's actually kind of telling because even in the U.S., Irish people...
Are these two dudes, Abba and Preach, are they from America? Look like, I believe he's, well, you can tell by his voice, he's an immigrant. This dude here, I think he might be what? He look like he might be Ethiopian or something. Is the other dude, I haven't heard him talk. I've never really watched Abba and Preach. This is why, I'm going to let it play. Hold on, I'm sorry, y'all.
People were very heavily discriminated against.
Yes.
But back in Europe, they were the proverbial punching bag for the royalty. Yep. They got fucked over throughout history. Yep. That's just a reality. And if you pay attention, at one point they start doing Irish music. They start doing Irish dances because that was the kind of stuff that helped them get through tough times. And it's a parallel between the black music and how, even in the beginning of the movie, if you paid attention to the plot, in the first 30 minutes, they're explaining what blues comes from. That's why when they talk about those very difficult stories from that slavery era, blues is what came from that and that pain. But all Stevie does is see race, and he didn't even see it during the movie. This is how fucking dumb he is. He saw someone else post something on Twitter. He's like, that's what it is, after the movie, which is very, very weird way to retroactively understand the film. I watched the film, and if it was woke, I'm telling you right now, I would have fucking hated it. The movie wasn't hyper-focused, even though it's in that area about race. It was more so about how music helps us overcome difficult.
This dude, yeah, these dudes are immigrant dudes. These dudes are immigrants. I can already tell these are immigrant dudes. First of all, he didn't see Sinners until just now. That's how I can already tell he's not from America. He didn't even see the movie till just now. Every black person in America seen Sinners when it came out. Every black person that's born and raised in America went to see Sinners when it came out. Let me say that again. Every black person that was born in America went to see Sinners when it came out. The fact that he didn't have no inkling, didn't want to see it until now, to chastise this other brother for seeing it as woke, he just wanted to go back and see it. That's let you know that he's not one of us. These I don't know about this brother. I need to hear his voice, but of course he doesn't see the wokeness because he's not from America. He doesn't get he doesn't see the oppression that we've been through. You have to be from American soil, born and raised, to get the oppression that we've been through here and see the wokeness in the movie. He don't see it. I figure he's an immigrant. He doesn't know what, so he just gonna say, what's the matter? And then he said Irish people, they were impressed too. They were, yes, maybe they were amongst Europeans, but Irish people damn sure hated black people. They didn't have no camaraderie with us. They saw them as better than us, but even though most Europeans saw them as the trash, they were white, so they saw them. Irish men saw themselves way more better than us. They did. You think Irish men were going around being buddy, trying to be friends with black people back in the 1930s in Mississippi? Hell no, they was lynching their ass too.
Things. And the vampire wanted the musician because he wanted to be able to create a utopia where everyone would have good music to ease the suffering that they had when they were living. That's what the plot was about. But there's a couple other themes, but that's the focus. So him calling it a woke movie is like, sometimes people have political brain and they go into a piece of entertainment and they just start putting their fucking political bullshit on everything. That doesn't say that there aren't movies with propaganda pieces in it, but this movie wasn't it. It's not even his own thoughts. He read someone else's thoughts and then put that shit on the film.
There's a lot of movies that have, like, you could say liberal agendas, propaganda, and a storyline. A message is not propaganda. Propaganda.
Okay, so he's an immigrant too. I just hit that propaganda. Yeah, so these are two black immigrant men. It's not from America. It's not from the soil. And to say that how you know that this brother read somebody else quote and how you think this, then you think black people are stupid, black Americans are stupid. You don't know that. You might have just saw that because he's from here. I mean, I don't know. Stevie, I think he might be from America. I don't think they call it FBA. That's what one of the quotes that Tariq Nasheed's called it. But I mean, it's people that are born in America. I don't want to say that. That's what this thing. But it's pretty much people that are generationally born on American soil that went through that had grandparents that lived in Mississippi in 1932 that told them stories that got passed down. And they know how it is. You know what I'm saying? These brothers ain't from here. They from. I think he might be from Ethiopia. He might be Ethiopian or somewhere from Africa, East Africa somewhere. This brother he's Caribbean. You know what I'm saying? Clearly he's Caribbean. I can tell by propaganda. Yeah, he's either Haitian from the Congo or he's Jamaican. One of those two. But yeah, now it makes sense why they hating on the movie. First of all, he just saw the shit. The shit been out damn near a year now. You know what I'm saying? He just not seeing it. That means he had no interest. Black Americans, we rarely get any movies told that we want to see in the theaters. Every black person in America saw Sinners when it came out. He just not seeing the movie? Come on, man. That's telling right there. You know what I'm saying? But let's continue on.
Propaganda is being very deceptive. You're not telling the truth.
Yeah, he's either
trying to say a message without telling the truth. Get Out is one of them that had a message in it. District 9 had another message that you could qualify as woke, where it's a bunch of different classes that it was trying to mimic what happens with apartheid, but with robots, right? E.T. The movie E.T. was about being an alien and missing home, being an immigrant and missing home. E.T. phone home. There is the message like that. That's like most movies you watch. There's a message. Yeah. The X-Men was off of Malcolm X and Martin Luther King.
I mean,
there's a bunch.
Even when you take it at its face value, it's a lot about discrimination, about the fact that the mutants are discriminated for their abilities and the fear that they have because they're different.
They eventually get in and they take over. So it's like the white people taking over black spaces, right? That's why they try to emphasize how important music is, specifically to black people.
Did you like that scene, at least how they meshed all the musics together and stuff?
No. Because I was already off. I was already off at that point, bro. I was already pissed at that point.
I just want to say, just for a quick second, the cinematography in the film was mid, but that scene was one of the best scenes I've ever seen.
Which one?
The scene where they're doing the music in the juke joint and it's a one shot and it's moving, and you're seeing what music and dance was like before 1934. They went back to Africa with the African traditional dances.
And they
went to the future. It was a really beautifully shot scene, objectively. Like that was just one of the best pieces of cinematography. And him just being like, this shit.
He said the cinematography of the movie was mid until that particular scene. He don't know film. That movie was well shot by one of the best DPs in the business. Come on, man. You know he don't know film. That was and it was shot on film. Most movies now, and that's why they don't have that. That's why cinema had a certain feel to it. Most movies now don't use film. It's digital. That's why a lot of movies lack soul. Film is one of the first movies were on film. That something about that solenoid, that material, it captures a certain look. It takes you into like a dream. Like Sinners was the whole movie was very beautifully shot. I don't know what he's talking about. Thumbs up, buddy.
It's just woke. I hated it. It's like really nice one shot.
It's a black movie, and then they put some Asian people in it. It's like too much people together and having fun, and that's just too.
But even the Asian people, the reason why there was Chinese people in the film was even back in 1930s and the early 1900s, there were Chinese people that lived in the South and ran a lot of the markets. Like Ryan Coogler, I think almost a little bit too much, made a really concerted effort to try to replicate the era as best as possible and the realities of it. So it wasn't like, I want to do diversity for that. No. Back then, there were Chinese people who ran a lot of the supermarkets, and it's okay to highlight the history of different people.
Purporting this message behind it, bro. It's like about culture vulture, white appropriation, and how white people are just, vampires sucking black energy.
I watched a movie and I didn't once come out of there and be like, yeah, white people, they be like, I was just like, all right, that was a movie. That's cool. He did his thing.
Black folks is just like they're obsessed about race, but like that's all you saw when you've watched the film, not realizing there are historical realities of Irish, English, and black folks that are quite different. So it's essentially the lack of nuance. We're not a monolith.
Yeah, these dudes don't get it. They're not from the soil. They don't get it. They're not from the soil. These two immigrant dudes. You know what I'm saying? And I believe he's Haitian. So seeing how he talk, I believe he might be Haitian. This dude, because I'm from Florida. There's a lot of Haitians in Florida. He sounds like he might be from Haiti. Yeah, these dudes don't get it. They're not from the soil. So they don't see it. You know what I'm saying? That's why, it's always kind of hard for us to kind of relate to black immigrants when they come over here, because they don't, you know what I'm saying? They haven't generationally been through hell. Like, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, I mean, not to knock these dudes, but it's evident why they would not see the wokeness or the message in the movie.
But you went to the most brain dead, anti-woke rhetoric right away.
But this dude is a stick.
Right.
Yeah.
He's one-dimensional. There's no depth in it. He had to put the tension that there is.
Yeah.
You can't be talking with white people like, hey, buddy, how you doing? I'm good. Yourself? All right, Mr. Jones. That was not the reality of those times.
The pretty white girl involved with Michael B. Jordan be the lead cause of everything happening. Right? It's because of her that the vampires got in the motherfucking the crib. The point of the movie is to demonize white people. Right, so the white people coming in and take over, but bro, why would you have this big black fat girl be the representation of like the black savior woman? She was the one that knew the shit. She knew how to kill the vampire. She was the one to put everybody on game.
What's the problem with that? So there was not bigger black people. I feel like from what I know, from Yoruba, from Condomble, from Vodou, that lady that played that role fit the role.
First off, she wasn't fat. She's just thick.
She's
That's
thick.
it.
That's
Like
it.
you make it.
Boy, she's married too. Damn, that's my baby. I love her. She is so beautiful. Damn, she got that British accent, just ass to it. Where's she at? I don't even see. Yes, this girl right here. She got a husband though. The good ones be taken, man. She got a husband. She's married. Then she got a kid in the whole nine. Yeah, she is so fine. Man, I got a big crush. I got so much of a big crush on her. Anyway, he's Haitian. So yeah, homeboy right here. I figured I started him doing the voodoo. Yeah, he's Haitian.
Fat. She's thick.
She is beautiful. Jesus Christ, his sister's bad. Lord have mercy. She would have me wrapped around her finger, man. She's married though. No disrespect to her and her husband. I don't like to mess with married people. She's a happily married woman, married to a brother. That's what I'm talking about. Hit the thumbs up button.
That's it. Like you making it sound like this lady's morbidly obese. 1, 2. Like this is why people say you're a sellout. It's like, do you not open up your history books? The kinds of people who survived through slavery were people who were very capable of doing manual labor. A lot of these women, if you go look at old pictures, you'll see a lot of them. They were on the thicker side. They were on the bigger side. They had to because if you pick cotton on day or you're doing all these other kinds of things, you have to be sturdy. And you looking at that and the casting is very intentional and shitting on it as if it's wrong or it's bad is crazy. What's more, the point of the movie isn't even that white people are evil, but you keep saying that and then judging the movie, which makes you fucking stupid. There's so many layers of it, but just listen to his language and like how dehumanizing it is when he refers to the black woman. Her acting performance was phenomenal. Pristine. I'm gonna defend the white girl, as you put her, the pretty white girl. You love to refer to her as that.
But that's not even that in the movie.
It's not that she was culturally down or that she's the reason the vampires got in. She was there because it shows that before 1967, when black people or interracial marriage was legalized, a lot of these communities had interactions with each other. If you listen closely to the movie, her mother raised the two main characters. So they had very close proximity. It was very common for white children to have like a nanny who was a black woman, and those kids would interact with each other. So there's a lot of intersection between these people. She had to give up her love interest for the main character to be with a white husband because interracial marriage was not allowed. But she still loved all people. That's why when she walked through the juke joint, she was welcomed. Even though she was not black, as you say, nobody had an issue with her. Even the fact that she was wearing silk, these are all intentions. But him just reducing it to like, white people are bad, black people are good, that's what the movie's about. It's like, he doesn't get it.
Y'all don't get it.
What would you have preferred? A white savior?
Y'all asses definitely don't get it. It was definitely all that. That's why he made the characters vampires.
Yeah. There was also a thinner black woman who was a performer, and she was getting with the lead singer.
Yeah.
She was one of the characters. Very thin. He doesn't mention her existence at all, right? Because she was married to someone who was well off. That's why she was on the thinner side. I'm going to give you guys my own synopsis of the movie, but you got to listen to how he gives a summary of it, because it is very telling.
I went to go see The Sinners last night. Trash. I mean, Michael B. Jordan's one of the main characters, but he plays himself twice because he plays a twin of himself, so it was two of him. And they like some prohibition gangsters back then. And they hit a lick in Chicago, come back, but back to their hometown or whatnot, buy a barn, and they turn the barn into a juke joint. And then like the first 30 minutes is just developing this plot where they going around recruiting who they need to run the juke joint for the grand opening that night, right? So they pick up a musician, they pick up a cook, they pick up a security guard, you know what I'm saying, highlight their little stories or whatnot. You see the main love interest, pretty white girl, and she's involved with one of the twins. And then, juke joint's popping, right? And then vampires randomly pull up. They just randomly pull up. And really, that's pretty much it. The story is, there's not much there at all. And there's so many gaping holes throughout just the literal script. And it took entirely too long for the motherfucker to develop for a horror story.
Synopsis is very wrong. And him saying there's no plot. I personally think the movie is about a 6 out of 10. I'm a pretty harsh movie critic. I liked that Brian Coogler, in my opinion, improved a lot as a director, because when you watch that movie, it's substantially better than his previous work. And he took some liberties and some chances here, and there's some good ones. But him saying...
What are you talking about in the previous work? He's done some really good movies. Black Panther grossed billions of dollars. It was well shot, the first one. What is he talking about? What is he talking? He said he's out of his damn mind. This movie was really shot. Like, what is he talking about? This movie was a 6 out of 10. Yeah, whatever. I mean, of course, the ending could have been better. The ending could have been a little bit tighter, I think. The movie wasn't perfect. I would give it a 9. Had the ending been a little bit better, the fight scene, towards the little climax, and a little bit kind of tighter, I think. You know what I'm saying? Like when the vampires first came in, it could have been shot a little tighter. It was a little bit kind of, he was quickly trying to wrap it up. Like, you know what I'm saying? He might have overstated some certain scenes in the timing, because the climax was kind of mid. So I would give it maybe a 9, 8 or 9, but a 6, that's kind of fucked up. Anyway, y'all, what y'all think about this video? I'm about to go ahead and end this video. Y'all can go in, if y'all want to watch the rest of this video, go to their YouTube channel. I want to give them credit. Abba and Preach. Go to Abba and Preach's YouTube channel. And I'm gonna put the link at the bottom so you can go ahead and watch the whole thing. It's called Sinners is Woke with Fat Black Women, Steve Knight. So I'm gonna put that at the bottom so y'all want to watch the rest of it, because I don't want to use all their content. This is some more they're talking about on here. So, but I want, they don't get it. They don't get it because they not from the soil. You know what I'm saying? No knock to them, but they don't. It had a. If you're from here, you see the message. If you're not from here, you don't see the message. You know what I'm saying? I'm from here, and a lot of black people are born. My great-great-grandparents are from here. We see the message. You know what I'm saying? But these guys are, like I said, he's Haitian, and he's from Haiti. And this guy, I think he might be from Ethiopia or something. So he looked like he might be Ethiopian or something. Or from somewhere in Africa. But, yeah, they don't, of course, they're not going to see it. The fact that it took him all this time to go see it, he wouldn't even think about going to see the movie till this brother started talking about it. And the movie been, out of the theaters now for, 3 months now? It's been, you know what I'm saying? Every black person in America saw Sinners, dude, when this shit came out. Like, this shit was selling out. Like, they had never seen nothing like that before, where this movie starts. Screens were selling out on the weekends when the movie was in theaters. You know what I'm saying? So, the fact that all that hype, it didn't raise any curiosity, him being a man of color. He didn't want to go check it out, to now. So, it's like, yeah, I already knew these dudes ain't from, they don't see it, And it's just it's understandable. They're not from it. They haven't been through the oppression that we've been through. So they don't get it. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, what y'all think about this video, man? Leave your comments and subscribe to the channel. Hit the thumbs up button.